and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. If you're new here, my name is Elena and I am the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos, and here on the channel we talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking, all the things in between. This year we're going to talk about my homeschool planner. Maybe. Let me keep it really real with you. We kind of switch it up, just like our regular planners. There's no one magical planner that works. I just kind of use what we need to use as the seasons change. So we're going into this school year and we're going to use a bullet journal. I did use a bullet journal type planner a portion of the year before last. I think that season, it was the year we had a big move. We moved out of state, and so we did use it for then, because I just needed, so when we moved, I needed everything to be kind of in one spot and just as simple as I could, and that was just the best way to do it. So since we're going into this new year and it's going to be a little bit, I'm calling it kind of a flexible year because I just feel like that's what's coming up. We're just going to need to kind of go with the flow. I decided to go with a bullet journal for this year as well, at least the beginning of this year. Let me scoot you in and you can see what I picked out. This bullet journal, I picked it up from Hobby Lobby. It is just the Paper Studio Agenda 52 bullet journal. It says that it has an elastic band closure. Oh, it has a ribbon page marker. Don't think I realized that. Very cool. So it comes with the black page marker, which will come in handy. There's no like back pockets or anything, but you could always glue one on if you needed to. We can take this off. And then the pages are just dot grid pages. So, which should work out fine for me. It's in this beautiful camel color. It's a hardbound one, meaning that it's not floppy, but this is a little bit softer cover. And then there are 192 dotted pages, it says, and the size is 5.875 inches by 8 inch. So roughly 8 by 5, a little bit bigger than that. And then I did purchase this. It was $9.99 regular price, which is not bad at all. But I did purchase it when the Paper Studio stuff was half off. So even better. So we're going to go in, and this is just going to ebb and flow. I started to put stuff down in pencil thinking that I would have all these layouts done in pencil and then I could just do the video with tracing over it and talking through why I picked all these layouts. But it's just not going to happen. I'm telling you, it's the year of flexibility apparently. So I am just going to mark down the heart of our homeschool. Here is where I'm going to glue in our first day of school picture, and I think I'd like to leave room too, if I can, for our last day of school picture on the same page, just because I think looking back it might be nice to see. I also have picked out a scripture for this school year, and so I want to jot that in here as well. I think actually instead of writing it at the bottom, I'm going to erase right here. I wrote first day picture. Sorry for all the shaking. But I think I'll just write it here on the side. So I have chosen Psalm 127:4. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior are the children of one's youth. And it's just serving to remind me that we are training up our children to be warriors and to go out. I think the experiences that we've had the last few months, or really even years, we can really see what spiritual warfare is, and that my most important job is to train up my children to know the Word of God and to know how to draw near. And so I want to keep that at the forefront, and the reminder that that is the basis of our school, and that is the most important thing that I can be teaching them. So I'm going to put that in here, and then like I said, I'll probably put one of our pictures in here as well. I debated on putting in a of content, but I'm not going to do that, and let me tell you why. Because I'm going to kind of just use this as needed, and I don't think that I'll need a table of contents. I think that I can just flip through and find what I need to find, and I probably will come back in and add some tabs as well in here. So think that I need that. This is a free printable that I'm cutting here from the Lovely Planner. I will link it down below. You do have to sign up for her emails, I believe, and then you get a password, and she will send you, when you sign up for her email, she'll send you the password to the free printables. But I printed out 2 to a page because I knew I was going to put it in this. It does print out full size, so 8.5 by 11. But I picked out 2 of the academic calendars that she offers, and I printed that out 2 to a page, like I said, knowing that I was going to put this in one in here, and then the other one I used for, I'm looking for a glue stick. I used one for setting up our actual academic calendar. I will link that video for you if you want to see how we did that. Oh my gosh, I am struggling with this glue stick. I'm just gonna use a regular glue stick and put this in here. But I went ahead and printed 2 out because, like I said, I knew I was going to want to put the other one in the bullet journal. So she's already got these little boxes down here, and so I'm gonna use some color coding to put down, like, at the first day of school and last day of school. Okay, so then I have that down. So I went ahead and marked it in our first day of school, last day of school, and then the anticipated holidays that we're taking off. And that is as far as I got with the pre-planning of this all. So for these upcoming years, I think what I'm going to do is give each child a page and list out what we're using, their curriculum choices. I don't know why, but in my brain, that just makes me feel a little bit better having that all out on paper. So I am gonna go ahead and start with, and I think what I'll do too is come back in and put a picture of my kids on here just to have that up there. So I'm gonna list out their curriculum here, and then maybe after speaking with them, I'll put out their goals as well. And in fact, I think that's exactly what we'll do. So we're going to leave a space here to put an individual picture, leave a space here to put an individual picture up. I went ahead and marked down what grade they are going to be in. Here is where I'm going to mark down the curriculum that we've chosen at the beginning of the year for them, because, you know, that could change as well. And then I like to have meetings with my kiddos typically on the first day of school to talk about what their upcoming goals are for the year. And so I think I'll maybe mark that down here on this side as well. This is set for them. Like I said, here is where we'll insert pictures in this corner here for them, and then I'll leave this space for their goals and things they're looking forward to for the year. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do that I guess maybe would have made more sense in the beginning, but that's okay, is make a sheet that has the dimensions kind of on it. I forget what the precise term is, but I went ahead and I counted how many dots we have here, and I'm going to mark down what would be halfway through my page, just so that I can reference back to it as I start creating weekly spreads and things like that. And this will kind of just work as a cheat sheet for me when I'm prepping other layouts for it. I don't want this to be perfect by any means, because once I put that in there that I want it to be pretty and I want it to be perfect, it's too much pressure for me, and then I don't end up doing anything because it's not ever going to be perfect. It's real, and it's going to ebb and flow with life. So I want to give myself permission to just use it as needed, which is why I went with the bullet journal for for the beginning of the year anyways, because I really wanted to give myself the freedom to move our layouts as we needed to. So some weeks maybe they'll just be checklists, other weeks maybe we'll do a full on layout. Stay tuned. Here's your chance to subscribe and hit the bell notification if you don't want to miss any of our upcoming videos, because I'm hoping that I'll be able to integrate some more of these homeschooling plan with me's as we go along with the year, but they will change. So that's why I want to, I went this route so that I could have the freedom to change it as needed. I can always add in pages, and if one week's layout doesn't work for me, we don't have to use it for the next week. So we'll just see how this works out. I think for now, I'm just gonna leave the quadrants this way. I guess I could separate it out if I wanted to change it into like thirds or even quarters. Maybe we'll put that in as well. Here, I think I'm gonna write down what I'm hoping our weekly rhythm will look like. So I like to just have rhythms and routines to our day rather than saying we have schedules. It's just a word choice. Rhythm and routines kind of makes me feel like this is just the flow of our day, rather than when I say schedule, it makes me feel like we have a certain time frame where we absolutely have to do things. It just feels more rigid when we say that. So really, it's probably the same exact thing. I'm just choosing a different word to use it. So here, I want to mark down weekly routines, or rhythms and routines is what I ended up writing. And then I will just put down really simply what we're gonna do here. So on Mondays, what I hope we will get accomplished. Already know Fridays is our flexible Friday. We were calling it Fun Fridays, but really is going to be turning out to be a more flexible Friday. So this is where we will take our field trips, or we'll use it as a catch-up day, catch up on any work that we maybe didn't get done throughout the week, or we can just take a lazy day. If we need to recoup or anything like that, we can have that on our flexible Friday. But that's what that day is going to be, and I just that's what I mean by rhythm. That's what we're hoping our Fridays will be. We'll use it as a catch-up day if we need to, or a lazy day if we need some extra rest. And then Thursdays, I do want to be doing science with the kiddos, with especially my littles. Monday through Thursday will be kind of work as usual, meaning homeschool and things like that, but I'm not quite sure yet if I want to put like science on a particular day or if we want to just loop through it. So I'm actually going to leave this blank for now, because I'm going to wait a little bit until our school starts up and we actually start finding our natural rhythm to things. I'm going to see, give us the first couple of weeks to just see how long it's taking us to do certain subjects, so that I know better what days we want to be hitting things. Because like I said, I haven't decided yet if I want to do loop schedule or if I want to just be consistent and saying Monday and Wednesday we're doing science, and Tuesday and Thursday we're going to do history, or if I just want to loop it throughout the week in case we don't get to it. So for now, I will leave that here, but if we do end up doing a loop schedule rather than permanent days, I have room down here to write that loop schedule down. So we've got our weekly rhythm and routines, and then here on the back side of that is where I will put our daily rhythm, and that is going to be how I want the day to flow. So meaning I would like for us to, and as you can see, I'm not going to put pressure on myself to make this all lettered and beautiful. Not right now. If I want to practice lettering in here, then I can. But for right now, I just want to get some stuff down. That's how I'm hoping it'll look. As you can see, I'm not going to mark down the individual subjects. what I want them to do in which order. I kind of leave that up to my kiddos, even my little ones. My youngest, not so much. I kind of just bring out his stuff to him and I ask him what he wants to work on first, whether it's math or English language arts, because we still are working on that together with him. But I give him the choice because some days we may want to do math first and some days we might want to do English language arts. So I let him have his choice in that, but I put that in there for now. But I'm just leaving room here for the individual subjects, but I'm not going to write math from 10 to 10:45 and then history from 10:45 to, I'm not gonna be that scheduled out. This is just kind of the rhythm we're gonna go in. I could make it more colorful and add some stuff, and I may come back in and put washi tape and things, but for now I'm just gonna leave that as is. And then I do want to be adding in read alouds that we're doing together. I don't know this year though if we will be doing read alouds as a family or if we will just be reading individually, meaning I have some books that I want to be reading with my daughter, and then I had some books that I was reading actually with my oldest still that the littles were not really interested in. I have this really cute printout that I used for my own reading journal. I think what I'm going to do is cut out, instead of saying books I've read in 2022, I'm going to cut that out and just put the bookshelf in here. And yes, I know it's kind of a floating bookshelf, but that's okay because if I wanted to cut out another bookshelf and add it here, I could, or if I wanted to just make some notes, I could. But this way, I'm going to leave it a little bit blank. Oops, I got it dirty. That's okay. I'm going to leave it a little blank so that, because I don't know if we're going to be reading just the littles separately than my oldest son, and then that's what I could do as well if I wanted to make like a key chart here and color in the books a certain color. If I wanted to do a certain color blue for my oldest, that's the books that are colored in blue are the ones we read together, and maybe if I wanted to do red for the books that I read with my littles, I could do that. I can put a little key chart down here, but I'm just going to put this blank bookshelf in here for now, and then that can be tracking the books that we are reading. Now, I do want to be tracking individual books that my kiddos are reading. My oldest is doing that online though, not in his planner. And then my daughter, I think, I'm going to create a different notebook for my daughter specifically to have. And then my little man, I'm not sure if he wants to do one yet. I'll talk it over with him and see if that's something he's interested in right now. He may want to because the oldest are doing. But then this week here, this is where we'll go into and where I will set up for the start my weeklies. And then I can tape in, like I said, I can tip in useful articles or things that I cut out for them. That's what I was doing in the last one, and I think that will work out really well, and I can just thumb through it that way. So okay, so for this first week of school, which is just what I'm prepping for at the time of filming, I am going to just do something super simple because I'm not quite sure what our plans are for the week. And I think what I will do is just make 4 quadrants this way from Monday through Thursday, and then leave this open for Friday, and then any notes. I think that's what we'll do. So using this, I know I need to go across. So I've made it so simple, but I did it this way purposely because the first week at school, we're still trying to fill things out and see how it's going, and we're actually not quite sure if we're going to take a field trip this first week. So I just broke it into quadrants so that I could mark in as the week goes what got done and how we were feeling about it. And then I did leave room here for Friday in case anybody wanted to do any catch-up work, but have all this space here too to write down how our first week of school went, or to put some pictures in. And that's all I'm going to do for this first week of school, and that's the only way I'm going to set it up. So that is it. This is the beginning of our homeschool bullet journal. I'm looking forward to seeing what we add to it and how that goes. I'll give you a quick flip through one more time through it, but I am really looking forward to getting started in here and seeing where this takes us for this planner year. So I don't really have anything in here. I may decorate as the year goes by, and then here we will put in a picture, and then we have it's just kind of like a title page, if you will, and then we have our scripture there. Here is where our homeschool calendar will go. If you had to keep attendance, this would be a good spot to do attendance. And then, like I said, I will take our first day of school pictures and then go ahead and paste that in here, and then we will do our meetings, our first day school meetings, and talk about our goals for the year and things like that. And so we'll put some of that stuff down here as reminders, and I have one set up for each one of my kiddos alongside with the curriculum we are starting with. And I say starting with because it could change. And then this is just kind of my I never figured out the word for that. If somebody knows, comment and let me know. But the page here where you just kind of draw out how many dots per page are on here and stuff, and how it will look if I want to cut it down in half and things like that. And then here is our weekly rhythms and routines. It is still pretty blank, but it will fill in as we get going with it. And then, like I said, if we do a loop schedule, I can just mark that down here. And then next we have our daily rhythm, and this is just kind of how I see our day going. An ideal day, because things happen. I'm sure not every day my kiddos are going to be able to be up by 8. I'm sure there are days where I won't be able to be up by 8. This is kind of just how our day should flow, or what we're hoping to. And then I really like this, adding in this bookshelf here and letting it be whatever it needs to be. So if that's read alouds that we're all reading together, or maybe it'll be books that mom reads to help her homeschool year, so homeschool help books for moms or anything like that, I can put that in here. It's just open and free to do whatever I want to do with that. And then we're going to go into our weekly, and I just explained what this first week was looking like for us. And then it gives me so much room to switch it up, to add things in as needed. I like to also use the back pages. Sometimes start backwards and put in, like if I want to do a separate book list, I'll put it in the back so that I know you can just flip to the back. But for now, this is going to do it for us. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and getting this set up. If you keep a homeschool journal or a homeschool planner, let me know what you're using down below, what you found works for you. A lot of times I've started the year out with one planner and then completely switched like more than once throughout the year. So it is okay if that is you too. Okay to switch things up. That is another beautiful perk of just life, really. If it's not working for you, you feel free to switch that up, especially here in the planner world. But thank you so much for hanging out with me and joining me as I get this ready. New school year. If you don't know, or if you haven't heard lately, please let me be the one to tell you that you are deeply and truly loved and so appreciated. Thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me. I really appreciate it.